little countdown noise. Oh, never mind. Here we are. What's up, everybody? Uh, Doug
So,
here, and we've got our first. No, well, no, that's not true. We've had guests before, but it's very rare. We've got Carson Porter in. Carson, if none of our listeners have heard of you before, because we have a very limited base. So if you could just introduce yourself to them, please.
Yeah, so my name's Carson Porter. Me and Doug got to know each other through our church. He plays guitar for me. I'm a worship pastor at Houston River Baptist Church in Sulphur. And so that's where we met. And he had told me about his game review hobbies. And so we've been talking about just our different games that we like. And he wanted to see if I'd be interested in reviewing a game with him. And so I was like, yeah, sure, we'll give it a try. So here we are today.
Yeah, I had actually, Leo and I had just recorded our review from Enshrouded, and I tried really hard to get two more review codes, but they would not give them
Yeah.
to me. Uh, they're like, we already gave you two, and other people need to review the game too. I was like, yeah, but we can get more.
Yep.
Uh,
yeah.
so yeah, we're gonna be reviewing a game called Kill It with Fire 2 today. And before we get into that, just a couple of little things of housekeeping for the podcast. Uh, by the time this comes out, our Enshrouded review will be up and live on all the podcast feeds. And also, the Jason Isbell interview series the final episode of that will be out. And that was basically episode 1 through 8. Went through each one of his albums, and it's only on Spotify. And if you listen on Spotify with Spotify Premium, you can hear the songs as I'm talking about them. And then there's 3 episodes of bonus tracks where you can go through and you can. It's basically just songs that was featured on from like other projects and live recordings, stuff like that. And the last bit of housekeeping I have here, May 31st and June 1st, if you're in the Lake Charles area, I will be back at La Berge Casino and the Yale Bar from 8 p.m. to midnight. It's a fun show, and it's free. And if you come out, I'll probably do whatever song you request, unless it's Shania Twain, and then I'll probably tell you no. Um,
Freebird.
I will do Freebird, but I will not do Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Uh,
Why
so
not? Come on now.
you would be shocked at the amount of people that come up to me and is like, hey, I want you to play Shania Twain. And I'll be like, I could probably find one. And they're like, no, you're going to play the one. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Uh, so
Golly.
today, like I was talking about earlier, we got review codes for a game called Kill It with Fire 2. And Carson, since you're the guest, I'm going to let you give your thoughts about what you thought about the game first. And then we're going to go to Leo because he 100% completed the game. And then I'll
Okay.
give my thoughts.
Okay. So to be honest, I never played the first one. So I was coming in kind of blind. I knew of kind of what this game was about, but I'd never played the first one. So I didn't have kind of the lore, I guess, whatever you want to say. So, first initial thoughts, I like the idea of it, and you have that thought of like you want to kill every single bug in your house, and like if you see a spider, you want to burn your whole house down. And so that's a great feeling, being able to kill bugs. I probably completed 30 to 40% of the game, so I haven't 100%ed it. But what I did complete, I enjoyed it, the gameplay of it. And one of the things that, like, I don't really have arachnophobia, but, like, I started walking around my house after playing it for a few hours, and I'm, like, seeing bugs that aren't there. So I was, like, kind of getting paranoid about that.
It
But,
hit deep. Hit deep.
yeah, yeah. It's like you have dreams and nightmares, if you want to say, at night, and it's like spiders everywhere. So that was a good feeling. But the tutorial was straightforward, simple, which I like. It wasn't a very hard learning curve, so it's pretty much like once you get playing into the game, you know what it's about. You know, hey, we're here to kill a bunch of bugs, and it's straightforward. You get a bunch of different weapons, which I enjoy. Some of the switching between the weapons was like, for me, I want it to be quicker, switching between them. So that was kind of like, it felt kind of chunky in that regard. But overall, I would say it was a fairly well-built game. There's just a few of those like nitpicky things that I would say that maybe through updates that they could change over time, unless it's something that they're like, no, we want this to be a core aspect of the game. I don't know if you want to get into the downsides of it yet, unless you want to just go through it all. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I say we talk about all of the like our dislikes whenever we like all go through.
Okay.
So, Leo.
Well, as you know, I was the most obsessive about playing this game.
Very much so.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I didn't do was fully level up all the weapons because I did not feel like doing some of those missions, especially with some of the weapons, which I didn't really take a shine to. But some of the stuff you can get so fucking stupid, but so funny. Like, did you two guys get the laser breast?
The what now?
The laser breast?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't get that.
You guys were missing out. That was beautiful.
I will say my favorite weapon was the RC tank.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't like it too much. I felt a little weird to like move around, and I did fully upgrade it though.
I bet you did.
I think like the weapon I liked the least, which I found a little annoying, was the ninja stars because I feel like they just went everywhere.
Yeah.
And the minigun I didn't really have much of a chance to use.
Yeah, see, I found the minigun, but I did not unlock the minigun.
I'm guessing you're like, oh, you have to clean so much stuff? No thanks.
Well, okay. This is not like an inside joke that I'm saying here. I saw it. I saw the the requirements for it, and I was like, I'll let Leo do it.
It sounds like you.
Well, yeah. So Carson, basically every game that Leo plays, he tries to 100% it. So like whenever I saw the requirements for it, I was like, Leo will definitely unlock that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. That's a good goal to shoot for.
Yeah. So then again, I kind of like that cleaning. Like I like cleaning stuff with the little cleaning gun. I feel like maybe I'll set my controller to. I never know if it's too loose or too static, or I need to change the settings for that. But yeah, it was a little annoying to move, to try and get the perfect movement with the water hose, just to make sure all the stuff gets clean very quickly.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you have more to go on?
Oh yeah. I actually enjoyed how creative they got with the levels. Because haunted house, pretty fun. Giant city,
that was my favorite.
Beautiful. And then when you go back to where it all began, the store.
Yeah. So did you play the first one, or you didn't play the first one?
I haven't played the first one.
Yeah. See, I didn't play the first one. It was always a game that I saw on Game Pass, and then I'm pretty sure I have it on Steam, but I just never got to it.
Huh.
But yeah, as far as the story, the storyline of the first one, I don't think it's important. I never felt like I was out of the loop on anything.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of felt like the Doomslayer, but for spiders.
It's funny you say that. As soon as you finish the tutorial level and start to beam me up to the spaceship, I was like, "What is happening right now?" And I was like, "This is exactly like Doom Eternal when you're just killing things on Earth, and then you just randomly go up into a spaceship." And I was like, "I am the Spider Slayer."
Yeah.
Oh, I got that feeling whenever I did tutorial, you're you wake up, you start finding little notepad spiders, and then you suddenly just get PTSD from spiders.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, this This is like the equivalent of like what the Doomslayer feels whenever like he closes his eyes and just sees demons.
I and just talking about the tutorial level, you can tell that they definitely played Prey from 2017 because there were so many, like just from the callback from breaking the window and then the morph spiders. I got a really good chuckle off of like one of the first things you do is you have to go back and change the marker board to 0 days from the last spider.
That was pretty good. So yeah, some of the things they ask you to do are really funny.
Yeah, and like going back to, there's a lot of little details in each of the levels, like the haunted house, like the little trike that follows you around the level as soon as you turn around from it and walk away, and like you could just hear the squeaking of the pedals. I really enjoyed the spiders screaming whenever you like throw a car in the city. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
By the way, the laser breath is in the city.
Oh. Is it after you get the bridge?
Yeah, you know how there's like one bridge you can't push down by the end? Yeah, you have to get that one down. And do you want me to just like spoil the little mission you have to do to get it?
Not the plot.
It's just a little side mission.
Yeah.
Basically, you there's like a nuclear power plant, and you have to drop nuclear waste into it. Afterwards, you can interact with the power plant and you get laser breath.
Oh.
Nice. But yeah, so the what was I talking about? The mansion, the haunted trike following you around, and then there's just like a bunch of little touches in each level that I really enjoyed, and something that I think is. Did you ever unlock Spider Hill?
No, because what I'm thinking is supposed to happen. Because remember how I told you neither of you got to like little wave survival fights, right?
No.
Okay, so that was me going overboard. Yeah. One of the things you can unlock on the ship, basically, first things first. Did either of you actually manage to use the tank to actually open the other door in where the gate is? Your silence says no.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about off the top of my head.
I don't either. So
yeah, you know where the tank is?
Yeah.
Do you find the controls for it?
Yeah, because I was using the tank to like, kind of like go around the city.
No, not the mini tank.
Oh, the big tank.
Oh,
yeah.
The tank on the ship. No, I did not find the controls.
No, I didn't either. No.
Okay, well, you can find the controls for the tank, and you can use it to blow up one of the gates, and that's where like it leads you to start like little sneaking sections where you can get basically power cores, so you can actually open up the gate to Spider Hell. You do all that, and then like essentially like a wave survival, and it does like a little cutscene, like you being taken away to it, and then like the credits roll.
Huh. So what it is worth noting this game is in early access, which I didn't realize at first. So I'm assuming that kind of all that stuff. It looks like there's supposed to be 2 more levels after the store. And from what I have seen, the first game was like really well supported after launch. It had a lot of content. So maybe like in a couple of months they'll add in those extra levels.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
But all that being said,
go
ahead. Leo? Hello? Oh man, here we go.
Cutting off for me, Doug.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound like a robot to me too.
What about now?
Stop sounding like a robot. Get human.
What about now?
Oh, he logged out.
Hello?
Ooh. All right, this is the time to do embarrassing stories about Doug.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Yeah.
What about now?
I enjoyed the game overall. I thought the city level was definitely my favorite by far.
Hello?
From what I played.
Oh, there he is.
Yep, sorry, going through it. I went, you would think that the interstate would have the best reception, but you'd be wrong.
Nice.
All right, so,
Yeah.
So what were you saying, Leo?
We're talking about favorite levels.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, there he goes again.
Oh, well.
Doug, come back to us, Doug.
Go to the light.
I'll be back eventually. Am I back?
Yeah,
I
Hello?
hear you.
Okay, good.
I mean, you don't light up when you talk, but yeah, we have you here.
Well, I do not light up a room, so
Oh gosh.
Fair enough.
okay. So favorite levels. I think it's pretty obvious that mine's the city.
Yeah, mine too.
I don't know. I kind of like the furniture store. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it at first, but that's the one that really started to break me.
You keep breaking up whenever you're talking. Stop doing that.
I'm doing the best I can.
Okay, well, the reason I didn't like the city as much is because, yeah, it was fun at first, but I felt like some of the missions were really annoying to do.
Yeah.
Especially finding out, like, the last mission I had left to do and how I had to destroy some buildings, like, very specifically
Yeah.
to get to it. Yeah, no, that was just a pain.
Yeah, I wasn't one that was like, I'm gonna have to do every mission. I was kind of just like, how fast can I get through this type thing. But like I was in the city one, I was doing more of the side quests and stuff, and some of them were kind of neat. But then it's like, then you realize like how tedious some of them were, and it's like, oh okay. But I still enjoyed the overall level of it,
Yeah, that's fair.
and just the thought of like being a giant in a city, I thought that was a neat concept too.
Yeah, that was very neat. Just kind of like reversing the roles of who the spider is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me Godzilla vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Especially with laser press.
Yeah, and I had also just watched the new Godzilla movie when I started playing this game, so it was just like I get to live out the movie now.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, yeah. I'm kind of sad you guys didn't get to see like the big spiders, the abominations,
I'll have to go finish it.
Yeah, when you said
Yeah.
abominations, I was like, "What's that?"
yeah, like
Yeah.
because you guys didn't get to like the spiders that have levels.
No.
Levels.
Yeah, the abominations are level 30.
What? Level 30?
Yeah,
What about
they
what
take
about
a lot to bring down. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I spent way too much ammo.
Jeez.
Well, I would think that's a good place to start with like some of the things that I didn't like as much. And what I did not like as much is how scarce some of the ammo felt sometimes. Especially whenever you get to the furniture store and you get to the spider eggs, where you just kind of like have like a whole horde of little spider babies that you have to kill.
Yeah.
And I felt like for the amount of spider babies that there were, I did not have enough fire to kill them.
That's fair. Apparently, one of the things they patched because what I was trying to use was explosions. Because apparently
It's-
explosions didn't do much to them before, and now like supposedly like they patched that up and it should work properly.
I ran out of hairspray for the swarms, and I was just walking around trying to beat them with newspaper, and it was taking way too long. And I was like, okay, I'm out of here.
I'm not gonna lie to you. At some point I just started ignoring them because I noticed like they don't do anything to me.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind
The-
of crawl around.
I got to the point where if I ran out of fire, I would just take out the frying pan and just hit. I would click until they were all gone. Uh,
Uh,
but yeah, speaking of the furniture store, I also did not like the breaker box challenges. I hated those so much. I know that you
Oh, those
played
are
them.
so easy.
I
Well,
liked it
okay,
because they were so like straightforward, and like I liked the little puzzle like of like, oh, you can. There is a way to get through everything like just without touching the ground.
there is. But for whatever reason, I played the majority of this on keyboard and mouse, and like it would never fail. Like I would always like I guess because I'm just used to playing with a controller, but I would always land in just the right way to where my character would just kind of slide off the table, and like there's
Skill
no
issue.
way. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Uh, but I just did not like them.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's fair.
Also, I liked the first challenge with the haunted mansion and the with the spider statue. I liked the first one, but the very last one that you have to do in the attic, wait, no, it wasn't the attic. It was the one in the basement that like just really it's really easy to get turned around, and I just again you could attribute that to a skill issue as well, but it wasn't for me.
To be
Uh,
fair, I will say that it did feel like it was a little glitched at times because I well the way I memorize games like I usually memorize whole game maps whenever I play. Don't know how, but I just do it. And there were times where I was looking like straight towards where the thing would come at, and it would just randomly kill me from like out of nowhere.
aha, so I don't suck.
No, I'm not gonna like tell you suck with those challenges at least because I felt they were a little annoying.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, my phone fell. Other than that, I think the only really thing that I can ding this game for is the. I mean, you have a lot of weapons, sure, and Carson kind of talked about it earlier about how it's kind of a pain to swap between weapons that aren't in your hotbar. I think a radio menu would have worked a lot better there.
Yeah.
But the game, like, it gives you a lot of ways to kill spiders, but when you get towards the end, it kind of felt like I was just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And the power core system, it's something that I've never like. You see it in like the 2D Mario games now, where you have to get like a certain amount of coins to unlock more levels and stuff like that. I think it works well there, but in this game, I didn't really care for it because it was always the thing. It was like, okay, I've got to get, you know, a certain amount for this one. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go to get the like more power cores. So I was just kind of like aimlessly wandering around the maps until I eventually found where I needed to go. And that's not like the game does not ever tell you what you need to do pretty much, aside from like the clipboard giving like little instructions here and there. But it really, I felt that I spent more time in the game trying to figure out what I was supposed to do rather than actually doing it.
That's fair. I felt like the clipboard actually like, gave me like clue enough, but like you know how you know I comb through levels like with a fine tooth comb if I have to.
Yeah, I feel like this game was specifically made for you.
But yeah, like even then there was like some stuff like I was like, yeah, there's no fucking way I'm gonna like find this out. Like you remember how I was like looking for the last recipe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the last few things you unlock on your spaceship is like the captain's quarter, and the way the way there is to find like the last recipe, like there's a whiteboard floating out in space that you have to use a sniper to see. Yeah, there was no fucking way I was gonna find that.
I will say I really like the potion. Yeah, the potion making. I enjoyed that.
Oh, I thought that was fun. That was a fun little like
Like a mini
that was
game
a fun
type
little
thing.
like side quest thingy, especially like whenever like you were starting to find like the other ones, because the other ones you can find is one that like makes you radioactive, which basically makes like zombie spiders that like follow your orders.
Oh man, that does sound cool.
Yeah, and the other one Well, the other two are one that makes you invisible, which is the one with like the whiteboard in space, which I never really tried out because it was the last thing I got. And the other one is one that makes you move faster. It's an energy drink.
Yeah, I think I found the energy drink recipe. And like at first, after I made that first potion, I was looking at the whiteboard and it tells you that not all the ingredients might, like you might have to go outside the room to find other ingredients. And like when I finished first potion, I was like, huh, they were lying to me. I got this.
Oh,
And then
no, they were not.
and then I found the second recipe and it's like, huh, I guess I will have to go searching.
Why did you have problems with the pineapple?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I didn't really mess with any of the other potions. Like, I found the recipes, but I never really went back to make them.
Okay, that's fair.
So do y'all have any more thoughts before I talk about the multiplayer aspect of it?
Well, I'll say this much. I did not get a chance to play the multiplayer. Like I've been talking about, I went ham on the main gameplay. And yeah, my main, like one of the like few things I would say is I kind of wish that like you could find a way to get to everything on the level like the first time you play the level, because
Yes.
it does. Like I can understand like certain things like the potion crafting, like you have to go to other levels. When you get like the thing for like washing all the stuff on all the levels, like you have to go back and look around. But like having to unlock areas afterwards and coming back, it felt a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
Carson?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, I don't know how they'd be able to do it, but if it, like, the potion felt more of like an option. Like, you didn't have to go back, but to have like a barrier to where you can't access points on the map felt like it was a must. Like, you have to come back. So I don't know how you would like find that middle ground of making it an option, not like a mandatory thing where you feel like, oh, I have to go back to finish parts of the levels, to like go back and forth. I don't know, like it kind of brings me back to how the Lego franchise video games are, of like you can go and replay levels to get the hidden things and to get the things, but it's not mandatory. You know, like if you're a 100%er, you can go and do those things, whereas that felt like, oh, I have to go back and do these things. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but hopefully that makes sense.
I don't know. It's just I was thinking like from my experience on the Lego games, like there's a lot of stuff like you have to come back like with another character with like other unlocks to actually be able to do.
Well, to get the hidden stuff or to get the achievements and things, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like the only thing I could think of is like maybe having like more stuff in the level, like you can like because it was like for that one was like the chemical whatever. So I figured like either like have more like on hand at that point in the game somehow, like put more missions or whatever, or do something else, because I feel like that was a little annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
The
so...
other thing,
go ahead.
one of the only other things was I had my wife play the game as well, and she doesn't get motion sick a lot with video games, but for some reason this one, like, she wasn't able to play a lot of it because she was like, she had to stop playing it because it was making her very motion sick. So I don't know if that's... I don't know why she was getting that, but...
Yeah, I will say that whenever I went from mouse and keyboard to controller, I definitely had to fiddle with the controls a lot, mainly the stick sensitivity. Because when you go from keyboard and mouse to wait, was she playing keyboard and mouse or with controller?
I think she was playing keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, so whenever I went from keyboard to mouse to controller, the movement felt so slow, and I had to adjust the stick sensitivity to make it feel right. So I could definitely see how that would give her motion sickness.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I didn't get motion sick, but my eyes did hurt a bit after playing games, like playing the game. I think like the main level that actually made my eyes hurt was actually the city, which is like why I don't have it as in good standing as you guys.
Yeah.
So we were actually we were supposed to play the multiplayer over the weekend all together, but my schedule
Life happened.
I went gator hunting actually. We Carson, I don't know how familiar you are with Texas, but we went to this place called McFadden Park, and it's got like a little beach, and then if you like turn left instead of turning right to get back to I think it was Port Arthur. You get to this road, and basically the road's like really famous for like if you drive down here, you're probably gonna see some alligators. And we did
Nice.
we had never driven down this road, and we're like, oh well, let's just try this out. I thought that at the end of the road it would lead to like like another main road to go down, but no, it was just an hour-long road that led to nowhere. And we got to the end of the road, and I was like, oh, I guess we're turning around. And we drove back down another hour to get out of the road.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
And while we're on that topic real quick, there's I'm gonna have to look it up, but there's a quote unquote haunted road at like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from my house. I'm gonna have to look it up, but you and Sarah should definitely go. It's like the urban like on this road. It like you have to go down it at night, obviously, because ghosts don't come out in the daytime.
You don't know that.
Yeah. So you go down the road, and like you're supposed to see like ghost lights like go across like very far up on the road. All it is like you could just like the road. It's just a straight long stretch of road. So like all you're seeing is like the headlights of the cars passing like in front of you, like on the highway like miles ahead. But like whenever you turn down this road, like pretty much all of your electronics stop working. Like your phone won't work, the GPS on the car won't work.
Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And a fun little Easter egg we had is when we went down the road, there were people just busting a fat chill down there. And I made the mistake of letting Emily drive, and she is notoriously a bad driver. And whenever she saw...
You heard it here first.
Yeah, so Carson, she ran into our house one time. That is she
Oh
drove.
god, that was.
It was the day before I had to go to La Berge for a show, and she called me just crying. And like I ran the car into the house, and I was like, "How did you do that?" And she said, "I don't know." And I had to. I went home, and like the laundry room like wall was kind of like pushed in, so I had to take a sledgehammer and beat it back out. But she saw these people on the side of the road, and then like in the darkness, and I thought she was gonna bottom the car out. Like she just went absolutely ballistic with the car. When we got off the road, I was like, "Let me drive the car." All that being said, the multiplayer is split into two separate parts, where you have the co-op mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're just playing the campaign in co-op. But the interesting mode was called Spider Hunt. And Spider Hunt is basically like maybe I'm assuming we've all played Prop Hunt here in Gary's mod
No.
or Call of Duty.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Prop Hunt is basically you go into a map, and you can disguise yourself as one of the objects in said map, and you like the other players have to hunt for you. And it works the same way here, where with a Kill It With Fire 2 twist, where there are players hunting you, but one player is a spider and gets to hide in the map. A lot of fun. I only really played one match, and then I watched like some YouTube videos. But I could see this like as they add more content to the game, it would really add to the longevity of it. And if you do like jump into this game with somebody else, the co-op campaign is definitely worth it to just kind of go through. But the only other thing that I think we should go over real quick is I don't know what kind of Leo. I know you're rocking a pretty beefy rig. What kind of rig are you running, Carson?
For my computer?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a Intel i7 GeForce 3060 Ti, so I mean it's pretty hefty, like 32 gigabytes.
So I'm running on the Steam Deck, which is like a third of that. So, and I had absolutely zero issues with the game. Nothing crashed or broke. I was able to have it on max settings. As long as you're not running like an absolute potato, you should be absolutely fine with running this game. All that being said,
I got a little bit of slowdown, like when the game was loading, but other than that, like I had like no issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had no issues at all either.
Oh, that's interesting. So all that being said, does anybody have any closing thoughts they want to add in before we end the episode?
You were sounding like a robot again. I didn't get any of that.
Be a human.
I don't want to. Do y'all have any closing thoughts before we close the episode out? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay,
yes.
Now we can.
Okay, any closing thoughts before we end the episode?
I guess I go first. I actually can't wait to see like updates for this game, like actually like content updates, because I feel like it can go like even better, even harder, like than it already has. I can understand like the choices they made for like the things that annoy me, but other than that, it's been really fun, and I would play more.
Yeah.
Carson?
Yeah, hopefully like on release they'll like double the content or whatever. No, it's definitely something I'm gonna go back and finish. I just haven't even really been on my computer in the last week or so. Just been busy with life, but it's something that I probably would have never played unless Doug had reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to play it. But it's something that I was like, yeah, like playing it now. I'm like, yeah, this is something that if they were to release more content, I'd definitely go back and play the more content, and then maybe even if they do a third game, play that as well because of that. So it's definitely fun and worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of the motto of the podcast. For as far as game reviews that we do, I would say only a third of the games that we end up reviewing are games that we would have played normally.
Yeah.
And if it's like a Souls type game or Metroidvania, it automatically goes to Leo because I'm horrible at games, so he'll take those gladly.
Nice.
I
like games like that.
I have this thing where like every few months I'll be like I'm gonna get good in Elden Ring, and then like I load it up and then like a boar will come out of nowhere and kill me in 3 hits, and I'm like, never mind.
And then you get messages like the one I told like last weekend.
Yeah, exactly like that message last weekend. So I'll just stick to Stardew Valley, actually.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think this game is a very strong foot forward. It's a good game for what it is, and since it's an early access game, it's only going to get more content and get better. Carson, are you at a computer?
I am.
Okay, I can do this now. Can you tell me how much Kill It With Fire 2 is? I usually ask Leo, and then I always forget that his is always in Chilean pesos.
Yeah.
It is currently $14.99.
Well, there you go. And if you want to play the first game, it is still on Game Pass, I believe, and you could probably get it for fairly cheap now. So you can get
it's $12.99 currently.
Oh,
the
okay.
First one.
So yeah, if you want to go,
have a VR version.
Oh, I bet that's fun.
Give it to Red.
Oh my God, he would die. we had a friend
stronger.
We have a friend named Rhett, and whenever we were in high school, he was like he's always been arachnophobic, but in high school he was very arachnophobic. And we waited for him to fall asleep, and before he had gotten to my house that day, I had bought a remote control spider from Toys R Us, and he fell asleep, and I wouldn't put it on him. It did not go well for the spider.
Yikes.
But yeah,
We were good friends.
we were great friends. But yeah, a great game.
Yeah.
Really a good game a good podcast game. I would say it's a good thing to like play while you're catching up on a TV show or listening to something. Allegedly, I might have been playing it sometimes while I was at work. So if you have like a little gaming rut where you don't know what to play, this is a perfect little stopgap for that. And I am actually getting to my location. So Carson, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
we will see you guys next time.
You seeing ya?
Alrighty. See ya.